Someday, in the not-so-distant future, it happens. The moment you realize you're ready for anything. Get a degree in emergency management from Jacksonville State University and be ready for where you're going.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, January the 19th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. There's a look at the temperature trace at my station at Helena, and an interesting temperature trace. We climbed nicely to around 50 degrees yesterday afternoon between 3 and 4 o'clock, and then the temperature began to fall as the sun went down, naturally what you would expect, but then the clouds began to come in, and that blanket of clouds helped to keep temperatures from falling very much overnight, so the result was a much warmer morning this morning. We're watching a large high-pressure system that is off to our west, but that's not really the big culprit in our pattern. What is the big culprit is that cold front up there in northern Minnesota and North Dakota that will be plunging southward and moving through the area early Tuesday morning. Over the eastern half of the country, we have a long wave trough positioned over the eastern half of the country in the upper atmosphere, and that pattern is going to keep us on the cool side. We'll have a nice day today and a warmer day on Monday, but then we chill back down for much of the rest of the week. This morning, temperature is a little bit warmer than we saw yesterday, a little cooler still in the northeast part of the state where the clouds have thinned out a little faster, and they're around 28 in the mid-30s across much of central Alabama. And we did get a few showers develop out ahead of the clouds along northwest Florida, the Florida Panhandle, and southwest Alabama. QPF-wise, not much. We're going to stay dry in the way of precipitation, so not much precipitation forecast for the next 5 days across the southeastern United States, and the Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking any severe thunderstorms or any thunderstorms at all. All right, the 06Z GFS model run, and here comes the little trough that's moving through today that will help to keep us from rising much in temperatures in the upper atmosphere. And, of course, that will keep things coolish as we see the 540 thickness line over East Tennessee. The big picture on Monday is the long wave trough over the eastern half of the country. But then as you look back up to the northwest, you can see a number of different disturbances indicated by those little X's and the yellow to golden areas, those little vorticity centers and little disturbances moving through the flow. So we see the cold air massing with a 1040 high just off to the north of North Dakota in south central Canada on Monday. That will plunge southward, as you can see, a short wave coming through the bottom of the trough, coming through Tennessee and northern Alabama on Tuesday. That should bring a front through the area. You see the 540 line dives down to the vicinity of Montgomery. So it looks like one of those days where our high on Tuesday will probably occur at 12:01 a.m., and then we don't see anything higher than that all day, and temperatures during the day probably struggling to get above about 40, and many spots probably staying in the upper 30s. That short wave rotates through out into the Atlantic, but another one rotates in across Minnesota and Wisconsin. So it's just a series of these, one after the other. We see that one rotate down in across the Ohio River Valley on Thursday. So once again, that's keeping us cold. But right behind it, we see yet another one coming out of south central Canada. So that will keep the 540 line and the cold air firmly entrenched over the eastern half of the country, with a surface high positioned over southeastern Iowa and basically eastern Nebraska. When we get out to Friday, we still see a series of these things coming through, and the GFS is hinting at some changes as we see that over the southwestern U.S. By Saturday, we still have that long wave trough position, but we're beginning now to see it weaken just a little bit, and that means that our temperatures should warm up somewhat. Sunday, we see a continuation of that weakening. It's still a good northwesterly flow, but certainly weakening its grasp on the southeastern U.S., and the GFS continuing to hint at the development of a closed upper low over Baja California area. And, of course, once again, that keeps us really dry. As we look out into Voodoo country, our eyes will be focused on that closed low coming across northern Mexico. We see it coming out around the 28th, and that means that by the time it opens up and phases with another short wave coming across the northern United States, that we'll see a wetter pattern to end January and to begin February. And then we see that the pattern is not especially cold, but not especially warm either by the time we get out to the 3rd of February on Monday the 3rd. So certainly an active pattern ahead of us. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this Sunday, January the 19th. James Spann should be back with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday and enjoy the warm weather on Monday before the chill hits again on Tuesday.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.